Hey y'all, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Sierra and I post videos on this channel every single Friday. I hope you're coming from part one of this video where I showed you the first half of all of my favorite books of 2020. Because this is part two where I'm going to be showing you the rest. That video was just so long when I filmed it because I had so much to say about each book that I ended up splitting it in two. So this is part two. I will have all of the books from both videos linked in the description in case you want to go check them out. Obviously, I highly recommend all of them. So let's just get straight into it and go to the first book I show you. The next book also broke my heart, but in kind of a different way. It made me realize that there's not always choice A and choice B to every scenario. Like, this is what's right and this is what's wrong into the story, especially concerning abortion and how to choose. Especially for like a single mother. This book completely changed my perspective, and I'm not saying it changed me to like pro-choice, not at all, that's not what I'm saying, but it changed the way I thought, and I thought about and even sympathize with people in those situations who have to make those hard choices. And it made me realize that the struggle is way harder than I ever imagined it to be. Anyway, the book is The Atonement Child by Francine Rivers. Such an amazing read. It follows one character, whereas most of her books follow two or more characters. This book just follows one, Dinah, and her whole journey of how she gets pregnant and has to deal with it. And okay, well, it does there are some chapters from her parents' perspective and her grandmother's perspective as they try to help her deal with it, but mostly it just follows Dinah's story, and it's such a beautiful read, and it also made me cry. So that is another favorite. The next book is one that I honestly just bought this on a whim because I wanted free shipping on my book delivery, and I was like, well, if I have to pay an extra $5, I might as well get another book instead of just paying for shipping, you know? So, oh, okay, bye. So that's how I ended up buying this book, and it is Grace in Thine Eyes by Liz Curtis Higgs. It is so amazing. It is kind of an add-on book. No, please stay in here. It's kind of an add-on book to her Scotland series. I forget exactly what that series is called. Which that was a good series. It went up and down, but this video is not about that. This book was really steady. The characterization was so on point, and it showed you how stop looking at me like that, guy. It really showed me how easy it is to take advantage of someone with a disability. So that's all I'm going to give you on that one. Such a good book. I encourage this one as well, especially for if you want to read a romance that's not what you expect it to be. This one for sure. The next book I'm actually not going to do a lot of talking about. It's Memories of Glass by Melanie Dobson. I did a read with me vlog of this book way earlier in the year. It was while I was moving actually, and I shared a lot of my thoughts about it then. I came to the realization after the fact of filming that video that this is definitely one of my favorite books. The only thing I'm really going to say about it in this video, because I want you to go watch that video and hear my in-depth thoughts, is that the title of this is so well done. Like, by the time you get to the end, the title just makes so much sense, and it's breathtaking and beautiful. I love all the characters in this so much. It's so good. So, this book is wonderful. Go check out my Read With Me blog because it's a pretty good one. Alright, next book. Got this at a thrift store just because of the title, and then I read it and I was like, excuse me, I wasn't expecting that. It is so good. It's biblical fiction, and I don't always love biblical fiction because I have heard biblical narratives so many times, and it's never bad to hear them again through like a different lens, portrayed through another character. But in my opinion, sometimes they can be overdone or too cliche. Like, find something new, add something new if you're going to write about a biblical narrative. And this book definitely did that. So amazing. It's called 80/30 by Ted Dekker. I don't even know if you can see there. Yeah. Yeah, so I got this book for 50 cents and it's $25.99 retail. Such a win. I loved it so much that I got the sequel, which is, it's equal. Honestly, the two books go together so well. This is not a standalone. You do need the sequel if you want to finish it up. But the way it's just written, set in the biblical context is so amazing because it gave me better insight about how women act and are respected and were respected, or lack of respect for them in that time period. And the story is not set from a Jew's perspective. It is set from a woman, a Bedouin woman who came from her tribe and goes into Jerusalem, and we experience biblical narratives through her lens. So amazing, so beautiful. I can't express how good this book is, and the sequel too is just amazing. And there is a hint of romance in it. Like, I wasn't expecting that, but there is. And I'm here for it. It's nice. Okay, anyway, it's also newer. I think it was published in 2017. Nope, I was wrong. It was published in 2014. Well, it feels more modern in my opinion. Anyway, lovely book, and its sequel is lovely too. The final book I'm going to talk about is The Inheritance by Tamara Alexander. I got this book for free. For free from Thrift Books. I earned enough points on their website and they were like, hey, pick out a book. I picked out this book with my points and I didn't really read much on it. I read that it was Christian fiction. I read 1 or 2 reviews, but honestly I didn't even remember it until it came in the mail. And then I read it and I swear it is one of my favorites now. Like, it made the list. So good. I expected a cheesy cliche Western romance where, like, you know, she's in trouble and needs help and he comes and saves her. There are elements of that, but it is not done in a cliche. It is not done in a cliche way whatsoever. It's so amazing and beautiful, and the messages packed into it. One of the characters is her brother, and it's just so good. So good. There are parts of it that are a little cheesy, but like overall the whole story is like amazing. So well done. So go read this one too. Alright, well, I don't know if you can see, I have a bunch of piles of books on my bed now, and I am fully aware that some people read half that amount every year. I know, again, I read books like very often, so these are just my favorites from the year. I know it sounds like I raved about every one of them, but that's because they are my favorites. For every 10 books I read, maybe one of them is my favorite. It's more like for every 12 books I read, one stands out to me like that. So those are all of the books that stood out to me this year that I definitely want to read again. And these are just my favorites from 2020. I would love to do another video one time of like my favorite books of all time. And only some of those would make the list. So that's just from this year. Let me know what your favorite books were. And please don't ask me which one is my favorite. I don't have one. They're all so good. So I will link all of them in the description below in case you want to go check them out and read them, as well as that Read With Me vlog for Memories of Glass. Such a good book. So make sure to check those out if you want to learn more about those books and read them for yourself. Let me know some book recommendations for 2021. I am always up for some new suggestions. Have any World War II suggestions, please let me know, because I'm a sucker for them. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, bye.